Good morning to you, brothers and sisters. Today is Monday, the 15th of January. I'm here to talk about this topic. I saw it in the news that Samira Bawumia was involved in a ghastly accident. And the accident led to the death of one of the security personnel. So I'm here to say something about it. But I have advice for Ghanaians, those that have been assigned to protect politicians. If you're a Ghanaian, and you are part of the security and you've been assigned to protect politicians, you have to do the needful. These politicians, they don't mean good. They don't mean good. And they do a lot of sacrifice and do a lot of things for them to win power. So if you are a security personnel assigned to these politicians, please go and look for protection. Go and look for protection. Samira Bawumia did not die, but the security man passed away immediately. I think they've buried the man. And this particularly, if you've been assigned to an NPP, politicians, you have to be very careful. Half of them, they only think about blood, and they have a bad record in their party. They even go after their own parliamentarians and their own party chairmen. So if you are an innocent guy assigned to the NPP guys, I'm just advising you to look for protection. We have so many ways of protecting the body from, bad people. You can protect yourself from politicians. I mean, for me to die for somebody to win an election, then the person must die. You gotta protect yourself, and if they appoint you to go and be guarding the politicians, don't be happy, because it's not a good thing. And half of them, you see, they have different means of, different ways of sacrificing. So you might not know, maybe the person went for some sacrifice and they told him or her this is what must happen. This person must die. Somebody close to you, and the person will choose, okay, have a bodyguard. You are not part of the person's family, but you are going to die for the politician. So don't go and die. Don't die for a politician. Mahmoud Bawumia said something that Ghana card is more important than interchanges. So when the wife was involved in the accident, look at the kind of bad rules in Ghana. They don't build better rules. You go to so many important areas, you see the kind of bad rules in those areas. Particularly areas supplying food to the country. Areas without them, there won't be any Ghana. You just go to those areas and they show you the kind of rules in various communities. You'll be very shocked. And this is the kind of leaders that we have. And people have been passing out through a road accident. Many people have died. Samira Bawumia is not an exception, and she's not special than those that have passed away. She was lucky that she's alive, but unfortunately the security guard passed away. But I am here to tell those security personnel, please go and look for protection. Don't lose guard and to die just like that. The politicians, half of them, they are for power. They are for when they are looking for power, they do so many nasty things, and they look for that power. So instead of losing guard to die through accident, I am advising you to seek for protection. Sister Fia to say, Wale to want to say, Lily want to say, Mr. Kwame can want to say. Doctor, to me, I think they use the bodyguard for ritual. That's what I'm saying. That is why I am here advising Ghanaians, particularly those that have been assigned to guard the politicians. They do a lot of rituals, This same Mahmoud Bawumia, there was one aide to him. He passed away in 2016 when they were contesting with with Mahama. This same Bawumia, 1/8, passed away. I forgot the name of that guy. He just died mysteriously. So you see, they have to be very careful. That is why I talk about protections. I am part of the ancient African traditional system. I practice it. I am not a religious person. I don't belong to any religious sect. I only practice my culture, my tradition, and I know a lot about protection. So if you lose God, these people will use you for sacrifice. And for them, they are looking for power. They are trying to retain power. They've not done anything to help Ghana, but they have to sacrifice and share blood. So an innocent person's blood will be shed. So we are here to advise them. Please go and look for protection. Don't just die like that. It is not easy. And this is an election year. They'll be traveling from places to places. 2020, I was in Ghana when they murdered Cape Coast MP. Was it the Cape Coast or Infantipim? Infantipim's MP. I was in Ghana. I was in Ho when I heard they've murdered that man. And this is election year. And this NPP party is not a good party. They have that kind of track record of murdering, killing, sharing blood, doing a lot of things to their own party members. So if you are guarding or protecting an NPP politician, you gotta be very careful. Or a politician, you have to be very careful. Don't just die for somebody's family to become rich. Don't just die for somebody's family to gain power. And you are also a human being. Don't give yourself to them. Simple as ABC. You see, the woman didn't die, but the bodyguard, one of the bodyguards in the convoy, passed away. And that is saying a lot about these politicians. They can use so many people for sacrifice you. A lot. If you guys have forgotten, Captain Smart said something that in 2020, they realized the election was so tough. And then they said the NPP guys consulted and they told them, see, the election depends on a particular geographic area in Ghana. And they said that area was in Wa. So they have to go to Wa and do some sacrifice. Captain Smart said it on his show. I'm not saying it. I don't know anything about it. But Captain Smart said the NPP went to Wa. He said if they joke, he will reveal all their secret. They did a lot. These people, they even bury a lot of live things, live human beings, live animals. Live animals. What kind of dirty sacrifice is this? Dirty, stupid sacrifice. And I don't even know the kind of spiritualism. The pastors, they have been deceiving the politicians to be killing people. They think the pastors are so powerful. They think the pastors are so powerful, so they do consult the pastors, and the pastors will tell them, you have to do this, you need blood. Owusu Bempah came out and revealed the secret about Akufo-Addo's secret. Owusu Bempah said they have been sacrificing human beings. And then if Akufo-Addo plays with him, he will bring every secret out. And he's telling the truth. He came out and said most of the information in the audios belongs to him, but certain parts he's lying. That's what they've been doing. They don't do good things. So that is why you see, we've given him the opportunity to become a leader, and he's still messing up. He can't rule the country. And now he has messed up, facing so many problem challenges. Look at the problem that he has created. He has introduced so many taxes, now using a lot of thievery means to introduce tax systems, charging. Ghanaians are facing a lot of problems. Do you think even shooting Ghanaians to win an election, you think it's an easy thing? Last year, they murdered so many people to win the election. For example, when they shot those innocent Ghanaians, those that contested the election result, they said they gave an order that shoot them, and they killed them. It was part of the sacrifice. They have to, share blood. They have to kill you before they can win an election, and that's what they do. So if you are part of the political sect, you have to be very careful. Don't lose guard. If not, somebody will sacrifice you. I am telling you, that's the truth. That is simple as ABC. I said that is why things are not going on well in the country. Oh, that's the fact. Yes, I said her husband said she will choose yes Ghana card. I've said it here. Yeah, the husband is not. The husband is a joke. That man is he's just a primitive guy with that sense. He said he doesn't want what is it infrastructures. Mahmoud Bawumia said he prefers Ghana card over interchanges. Interchanges are infrastructures development. So he is choosing a mere card over development. So such a character wants to become the president of Ghana. He wants to become a president of Ghana, but he doesn't have common sense. Now that they are getting accidents, and probably next time it will be him. And you see, if you are protected and someone decide to use you for this kind of spiritual sacrifice, it will backfire, and the person will end up dying. That's why it is. If you are highly protected, and then somebody has gone to a place and they are telling the person you gotta sacrifice to do this, and the person targets you, in the process of you dying, it is going to be a reverse process. It's going to be back to sender, and the politician will end up dying. That is why you see, and they don't want people to be seeking protection. That is why they use this the foreign religion, Christianity and Muslim, and be deceiving the people. They know nothing is in these two religions, and it is our traditional system that contains the power. They don't want us to use the power because I'm protected. How can I allow myself to be used for sacrifice? Because somebody want to become a president, somebody want to gain power in order to control the country. So I should lose my life for the person to win an election. That will never happen. So please, if you are Ghanaian assigned to politicians, you have to seek for protection. There are certain things you yourself, even not necessarily you visiting spiritual people or people who are connected to nature. You yourself, you can do it by yourself. There are certain things that you can do to protect yourself from these kind of things. There are certain things, even common herbs. Not common because the herbs are very powerful. On this planet here, if you take natural energies out, plants are the most second powerful entities. Yes, plant. If you take the entire globe, the entire universe, you take it out, the next powerful thing is plant. That's why it is. So even if you have knowledge in plants, you can use plants to protect yourself. The politician can do you nothing when they try you to backfire. There are some people, and if you take them to juju place, and you want to, cause harm to them, it will never work because they are overprotected. They are overprotected. Nothing you can do to them, because they are protected. No, and you see, natural principles work. And I'm telling you, they are using nature. Nature is part of the power of Nyankopon. We see it in nature. So the person is using nature, and you want to use nature in a very negative way. You are seeking the death of someone because you are looking for a power. Because the person is using nature, nature will respect the person and will not allow the negative plans to work against that person. Nature respects principles. If you are using susumasa, it contains a very powerful energy and it is nature. So it will not allow anybody or anyone that has an evil intention against you to work. And if you consult the greatest deity, the powerful deity, the deity will respect that susumasa, because susumasa is it contains natural energy, and it will never allow that to happen. Yeah, one person is like yourself. Oh yeah, well, how do you even take me to juju to kill me? I've done nothing to you because you want to gain politics. And you think sacrificing me for power will do. Tian Frama said the spirit is always backing any individual from your hometown. Oh, are you sure? Oh, that's all it is. Oh yeah, that's fact. Yeah. In my family, we have a lot of powerful energies there. They follow me anywhere I go. They follow me. I'll swear to God, they follow me. You can't take me to any place to do anything. I swear to God, that is fact. So when we are speaking and people are saying that, hey, but you don't fear, I don't fear nothing. I don't fear anybody. I do not fear anybody. That is fact. Simple as ABC. I know where I come from. I know my background. And that is a fact. And the truth of the matter is that I will not lose guard for any politician to sacrifice me. I won't lose guard. And I am part of our traditional system. And being part of that traditional system, I practice it. I practice it, you. I don't believe it, you. I practice it. And practicing it, it means the energies will be all over you. And so please don't go and lose guard, you. The politicians, they are bloodthirsty people looking for blood, especially the NPP. This is election year. You have to talk to your family members, brothers and sisters. And when they are doing atopa and floating, what is solukut floating, please advise your family members. If not, they can use people for sacrifice at any time. Don't go and lose your life to politicians. They are in power. They've done nothing for you guys apart from you guys, the suffering that you guys are going through. Okay, doctor, things are happening. Oh, yes, many things are happening. That's what it is. So we have a lot of the criminal politicians out there doing everything to win power, doing everything to remain in power. So if they tell them to kill human beings, they will kill. So please talk to your brothers or your family members that are part of the security, the part of the security, the police and the military. Talk to them. They have to look for real protection. Don't let any pastor tell you that go to church for protection. There is nothing protective about the church. You go to the church, you will never get any protection in that church. I'm telling you. The real protection, you see it in nature. And nature has that real protection. That is what we've been telling people. And that is the fact. Simple as ABC. And the guy who passed away was a Muslim. And the security guy assigned to my Bawumia's wife, they've just buried him. Because he's a Muslim guy, they've buried him. Please don't go and lose your life just like that, you. And for them, they know what they've been doing. They know what they've been doing. They are so desperate. I don't even know why Africans are like that. You don't have the sense or knowledge to develop a country or to rule a country, but still the person will impose himself as a leader on Ghanaians. Akufo-Addo self-imposed himself on Ghanaians. He lied, used so many deceptions. He's the best person, incorruptible. He did this, and they did a lot of evil stuff. He has been a president for 7 years now, and Ghanaians are struggling, suffering. He hasn't done anything for Ghana. Ghanaians are facing real poverty. In fact, Ghanaians are really suffering in Ghana because of Akufo-Addo's attitude, behavior, and what they did. Now they have cut association with Uzu Bempa, that's of one. Uzu Bempa, because of the secret that he brought out. That's what they've been doing. People don't know. People have no idea. You see, when they come out publicly, they unveil themselves as good people. You see them going to church, going to mosque, and then Mahmoud Bawumia will be kneeling down, receiving, people will be placing their hands on him, and you will see them as godly people. Akufo-Addo, anytime he's speaking, the battle is the Lord, the battle. That is deceptional, because they've programmed us. If you have the energy and the person is evil, you can see it from the person. This man is an evil person. And when I supported Akufo-Addo in 2016, the moment he became president, when he started with his ethnocentrism and that ethnic discrimination, then I realized this man will never help Ghana, and I stopped supporting him. I supported him. I was one of his supporter. 2008, I supported him. I was a supervisor, polling station supervisor. They nearly even, killed me because of Akufo-Addo. But you see, I have changed. I'm not supporting him. I realize he's not a good person. He's a wicked man. And so I'm not supporting him. Simple as ABC. But because many people don't have this eye, you see, their brains are not talking to them. They don't see the wicked politicians. If someone is wicked, you're supposed to know. When the person is speaking, listen to the person's speech. You will detect that from the person. If somebody is so frank, telling you the truth. For example, when Mahama said, if we continue to give alawa to nursing training and teacher training colleges, it will affect Ghana. But he was so real, telling Ghanaians that, you see, we are not developed nation. In developed country, they don't even do that. If you are attending school and you are studying an education in any university, nobody will give you free money because you are attending school to become a teacher. You have to go for a loan. In America, you go for loan. They will give you the loan. But in our country, it's like you have to give them free money. And Akufo-Addo used that to deceive Ghanaians. If you vote for me, alawa. And since he became president, they've never paid them. They've never given them any alawa. This is deception. He lied so that Ghanaians will vote for him to become a president. The teacher training college at colleges and nursing training colleges. So this year, they will never say anything about the allowance. It won't be part of their campaign promise. NPP, it will never be part of it because they've not paid them. They are not paying the teacher training colleges and the nursing training students. They are not giving them any alawa. So they use that deception to deceive Ghanaians. We detected it. Have you guys forgotten 2020 when we were talking about no one should vote for Akufo-Addo because he's a dangerous man? People insulted us. I am not looking for political favor or political position, or I'm not looking for anything. You see, we are speaking because we can see and we saw what this man was about to create. Now, what the problem that he has created, it will take more than 30 years for Ghana to recover. People think that it will take just one day. Now, just look at what he's doing. You see, you are paying internet bill and you are paying 15% tax on the internet bill. 15% tax on internet bill, and they've increased the internet more than 10,000%. The internet Ghanaians used to pay, and say the internet, the electricity the electricity that Ghanaians used to pay in 2016, 2015, Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, they've increased that to about 10,000%. And out of that, they are taking 15% out of that as a form of a tax. Because he overborrowed. Ghana is now owing huge amount of debt. Ghana cannot pay, to the extent that today I was just looking at that his sick cousin, what is his name? The sick cousin, Oforiata, talking about Ghana is improving with debt restructuring. Why are we even talking about debt restructuring? Kufuor took us to HIPIC. Ghana did not do any debt restructuring. So why are we doing debt restructuring in 2024, 2023, 2022? Doing debt restructuring program to the extent that Ghanaians have to be impacted. If you are a pensioner, they have to place their hands on your money. If you are this, they have to tackle your money, including those that have their own personal investment accounts. They have to take over the investment accounts and deny them their bonuses and their interest. Because the government, if you go there and tell them you want to take out your money, they will tell you can't take everything out. You can't take everything out. They said if you want to take it down, this is the percentage that you can get. This is where Akufo-Addo has taken Ghana to. Because he is just someone that deceives Ghanaians. He's not a truthful person. And they are trying to impose the same Bawumia on you guys. So they think killing people and taking people's life will help. It will never help. It's not going to help anybody. And after the president, then you become, but the disgrace, it will follow you for the rest of your life. Right now, I think they don't tell him that Ghanaians are talking about how he made it in over 10 people during 2020 election. And it's going to be a history in Ghana. To the extent, if he doesn't take his time, they will even write social study book and say we should talk about negative impact of election. And they will start, giving reference to him that when he was during his time, he murdered people to become president. He didn't issue any statement. He did not say anything. And he wants Mahama and to congratulate him for winning, and he didn't win any election. You know that he didn't win any election. Simple as ABC. And he was backed by the Supreme Court. And this is the country that we come from. But you guys, you see, if your family member is part of the police of the military or the military, please talk to your family member. Tell the family member to seek for protection. Because these people are dangerous people. They don't care. If you lose your life for them to win an election, they'll be so happy. So please tell your family member, protections are there. Protections are everywhere on this planet. Protection are everywhere on this planet. That's what I can tell you. Protections are everywhere on this planet, and you get through nature. You gotta protect yourself. Don't allow yourself to be killed, though. As simple as ABC. Don't allow yourself to be killed. And I was in Ghana when they murdered that MP, no? What is his name? The Infantman MP. When I came to Ghana, I was there when they murdered him. They said they shot him, and immediately his wife took over. And the wife is now the member of parliament for that area. What at all do they even get from the member of parliament? How much is the member of parliament salary? How much are they taking? They're not even taking up to 200 million. I think it's close to 150 to, it's not even up to 160 million. That's what the amount that they are taking. That's the amount that they are taking, no? And you see, it is just a lucrative position in Ghana. To the extent people have to murder, kill, some of them to use juju. If you are not strong, some of them will just go and look for juju, cripple you down. You'll be crippled, and then you can't do anything. Meanwhile, that's what it is. Because of contract, because of judgment debt. If you're a parliamentarian, they give you a contract to construct or build a classroom in your constituency, and you get a huge kickback from that contract. It's going to give you money. So at the end of the term, you'll be a millionaire. And that is why they try to kill. And it's like a cocaine business. Ghana politics is like a cocaine. They have to kill, they have to sacrifice. This is a bad thing. This is what they've been doing. So please don't lose guard, you. Don't lose guard. Now this guy is dead and gone. Samira Bawumia is alive. If you look at the way the car was destroyed, no, that woman should have passed away. But she is alive. And you know what they do? In the face of Ghanaians, they pretend they are worshiping God. But secretly, they travel to protect themselves. They have spiritual people that protect them. But because they're looking for a vote, our people are so brainwashed. You see Mahmoud Bawumia in church, you think, oh, this man is God-fearing. He doesn't fear any God. There's no God anywhere that he's fearing. You think God takes side in politics. This God is not taking any part in politics, and they are just there because they want your vote. So that if you see the person talking about God, you may think the person is a good person. So when they open their mouth, I believe in God. I know God is coming back and we have to pray, do this. The person is not saying that because he's a good person. The person is just saying that in order to deceive you, you may think, oh, this person is a God-fearing person. It's never true. They are just deceptors. They do that to deceive you. Don't allow them to deceive you. They use the word God. God is not a politician. God has never taken side in any politics. Where is that God? When Americans and other nations are bombing other people. Just look at last week what America did in Yemen. Bombing. Where is that God? That God is so silent that it is only in Africa, poor nations, third world countries, that this God will be taking side. Then we have some people that will come out and say, God has chosen this person to be president. It's never true. God does not take part in any election or any leadership. They tell you that in order to deceive you, so that go and vote for the person, thinking the person is a good person. When they told you Akufo-Addo is incorruptible and God-fearing, and when he opens his mouth, he's always talking about God. The battle is the Lord, and always quoting quotation. Please, does his leadership, style of leadership, resemble someone who fears God? Is the question that I'm asking you. Does Akufo-Addo's style of leadership resembles a good person, a godly, God-fearing person? It's a simple question that I'm asking you. But look at when he was looking for power. He was all over the place like Akufo-Addo humbles himself. Eating with poor people, drinking with poor people. You see him sitting, going to villages. And I have so many pictures of him. And the people that he was eating from the same bowl. Today, those people will never have that opportunity to go to Flagstaff House. They would not allow them. Have you guys seen the guy that gave the calipo to Akufo-Addo? This guy, and look at how they did it. He was in traffic. The guy said they planned doing that, and it was part of a campaign. And then they used calipo, presented to him. They said Akufo-Addo is drinking calipo, and everybody buying calipo. It became a slogan that you must buy a calipo before Akufo-Addo can win an election. This guy is out saying that Akufo-Addo has collapsed the calipo business. That the company Akufo-Addo has collapsed it. The same guy, they have forgotten of him, that he made Akufo-Addo popular through the calipo. Now they have not given him any position, and a young useless guy, somebody like Kofi Ofosu-Nkansah, that poverty-stricken guy, he is now having money to bribe constituent members to bribe because he is contesting for a position. And this guy is now Kofi Ofosu-Nkansah. He was just a poverty-stricken guy. I know that guy. And they were all over on social media, always criticizing, insulting Mahama. Insulting Mahama. So when the Akufo-Addo came into power, he forgot about this guy. And the guy is demonstrating against him. He said Akufo-Addo has collapsed the calipo company. And that is fact. That's why it is so. So Akufo-Addo is not coming from any god anywhere. And they sponsored so many criminal pastors in the country. All of them supported him. The pastors talking about Akufo-Addo is God chosen, God selected him, God spoke to them, God blah blah blah. He said the nation will prosper. With Akufo-Addo, Ghana will develop. Now he has taken Ghana backwards. That will take the next person to resurrect Ghana. It will take more than 30 years for the next person to resurrect Ghana. 30 years. But they told you that he was going to develop Ghana. Are you guys seeing the development, and are you feeling the money in your pockets? Has Akufo-Addo given employment to Ghanaians? Look at unemployment rate in Ghana. Look at unemployment rate, so high. But they told you that Akufo-Addo is the anointed man, the man capable of changing Ghana, the man capable of developing Ghana, the man capable of solving problems. Now look at the problems that he is creating. Tribal problems, creating numerous problems, financial problems, agricultural problems. He has created every problem in the country. Now, World Bank stepping in, World Bank bringing their officials to supervise Ghana in Ghana. Whatever Ghana is doing, the World Bank officials and IMF officials, you see, their eyes are inside like that. Hey, do this, do that. We don't want to do this. Controlling us like a remote. Now we can't do anything because of Akufo-Addo's reckless leadership. Akufo-Addo's reckless leadership has taken Ghana backwards. And now we're struggling. So don't let them deceive you guys by telling you that they are God-fearing. When you see Mahmoud Bawumia, look at this dangerous guy. Always pretending and leaning before a fellow human being. And then a fellow human being will tell you, you are a chosen one. God has chosen. God has never chosen anybody to cause problems in any country. When they get the power, they forget about everything. Then they take the law into their own hands. Look at how Akufo-Addo has become so arrogant that even to say something about him, it will warrant your death. They have assassins, people that can come to you and assassinate you. They are all over the place, and they send a report to him. This person is insulting you. The way they planned evil about against Chuni Jonas, they wanted to eliminate him. But you see, fortunately, he's in America here. They think that guy has caused a lot to their party. So that's why they sponsored or brought Hopes in Adoye to come and kill him in America. That's why it is. So these criminal people, you see, they pretend they are God-fearing people. They pretend they are good people for you to vote for them. But once they get into office, they forget about everything and they enslave you. Right now, you guys are slaves in Ghana. You guys are slaves. You don't even have the mouth to talk. You don't have any option to challenge. You have no other option. Just look at that. People coming to, hold conference. They prevented them from holding a conference because they thought they will be revealing a lot of secrets. They'll be talking about a lot of things about the country, so we should not allow them. But Mahama allowed him to bring rebels from South Africa to train rebels in Ghana. They allowed him to do that. But now he is not doing that. And he thinks he's a demigod. But see, he will realize that after his office, he's just a mere human being. Akufo-Addo is just a mere ordinary human being. We are all human beings. And if you are fortunate to be elected into office, please humble yourself and treat your citizens with respect. We are all human beings. If you are fortunate to be elected into office, treat your subjects with respect. Don't mistreat your own subjects, and be thinking that is it because you are a leader. No, everything is in your hands. Because we are a third world country, in any advanced nation, they will never allow any president to abuse citizens. In America, they will never allow Joe Biden to abuse anybody here. If Joe Biden tries that, they will just impeach him, arrest him. So here he is under the law. In America, the law is the supreme. The supreme. The law supervises all of us. We are all under the law. It doesn't matter your position. The president is just a child under the law. Simple as ABC. That is why here they go after them. But in your country, your president is the demigod, is a god in the country. And he talks anyhow with disrespect. He doesn't respect people. So this is the kind of people that present themselves as godly people that we should worship. So please don't look at them as godly people. They are evil people. If they tell you the kind of evil things that they do, some of you will never vote again in that country. And I understand why some people don't vote. Because I'm not going to be part of a criminal doing evil things in secret person to become a leader. It means I am supporting the person to do evil. So those that have refused to vote, I understand them. I understand because you can't be part of just those who voted for Akufo-Addo. You guys pushed an evil person to rule the country. Now look at what he's doing. What is more evil than this? So when he murdered people, you supported him to murder people. And the same people did not fail to condemn him. The same people have not condemned Akufo-Addo. They've not advised him that why did you kill innocent people to become a leader? So those of you who supported Akufo-Addo, you are part of the murder. He murdered people to become president. Yes. So some people say, me, I won't vote. I have a friend, and she's a nurse in Ghana. She told me she has never voted. She said she can't be part of it, and she is not a religious person. She said she can't be part of any evil. And I understand her. It's very painful to go and vote for somebody's family member, for that person to end up enslaving you, for that person, ending up taking the law into his own hands, to be enslaving you guys. It's very painful. And when they are looking for that power, just look at the way they humble themselves. Now this is a lesson here. They will talk so gentle and so nice to you. Oh, he said, vote for us, do this, do this. Never that. They will never do that. When they get the chance, they will sponsor and security personnel to come and murder you. Security people. If you vote for them and they get the chance, they always use security people against people. Just look at the guy in Nkuranza. That Albert reported police people that he saw them robbing. Then the police people ended up murdering this guy. Then the same police, ordering their officers to kill Nkuranza people. When they would demonstrate, during demonstration, they shot so many people. They used live bullet, shot so many people. In Tamale, as there was one guy that the police accused of robbery. This guy ran to a chief, I think in Lamashugu. This guy went there for a cover. The police entered the house, brought this guy, and then murdered him. They shot a lot of guys. There was one guy that they shot him through the jaw here, and half of the face was off. And this guy was walking. Half of the face, no, bullet. Remove half of the face. And still the guy was still going, but the body full of blood. You see what it is? You see, if you do this, you see, is it saying a good thing about the country? That is evil things, you. Kaka, when they went to Ebira, look at the way they murdered the guy. After shooting people, and the police kneeling down at a position like they are in Afghanistan, targeting a target. In that position, military people, we use it in the military, as a battlefield. And they were doing that, targeting the civilians, shooting them, and they were happy. To the extent Kenya Japan came out, defended that nonsense, threatened a radio station journalist that brought the live video out. Said they should go and beat that guy. You see, it says a lot of evil things that these politicians are doing. So please, if you are assigned to them, protect yourself. You are not a yam to be eaten like a food. You are not a chicken to be slaughtered. You are not a goat to be slaughtered. You are not a cow to be used for sacrifice. You are a human being. If that person can be a leader, you can also be a leader. The fact that you have been assigned to the politician doesn't mean that you should sacrifice your life for them. I'm telling you. So you gotta protect yourself. Yes. So please, you guys should learn, look for protections. If not, the politicians will continue to sacrifice you guys. They say Mahmoudi Bawumia's 8 passed away in 2016. The guy died just like that. So you guys should be very, very careful. They say Mahmoudi Bawumia, there was one agent, was the agent or 8. To him, the guy died mysteriously. He died mysteriously, I'm telling you. You have to be very careful. You guys have to be very, very, very careful. Don't allow yourself to be killed, dude. Your life is very precious and important. Probably you have children. Do you want to die and leave your little kids behind for them to suffer? Don't you know that your children will depend on you for their future? So if you are dead and gone and you are no more because somebody has used you for sacrifice, your children will suffer. Your children will be there and will suffer. When they knowingly sent that Adams, the military guy that died in Denjirabuase, they knew that Akufo-Addo's and Akufo-Addo's own people were in the bush mining. But they were there preventing the Denjirabuase people from doing mining. The government thinks that they have the power to mine illegally and get gold. So when they were there protecting the government people doing mining in the forest, the Denjirabuase people were very, angry. So that's why this guy, we have to target him. They murdered that guy. So that gentle guy, they sacrifice him to protect politicians. Don't go and die for any politician. Listen to me. That guy died for the politicians, trying to cover. If I'm a military personnel and they assign me, I won't go. Then they should kick me out. I won't go. Go and risk your life for politicians. I will never do that. Yeah. Don't go and risk your life. Now they've murdered this guy. He died and left little children behind. And the woman is now a widower, a widow, suffering. The widow is suffering. The kids are also suffering. When it happened that moment, Ghanaians talk a lot. Sympathy. Nobody is talking about him again. No, he's been forgotten. So please don't just go and die like that for politicians. Jesse Daniel, okay, thank you. I know why, Mr. Jesse. I know why. Was a young guy died last week in an accident because of NPP. I told my dad they have. Oh yes, they will kill so many of them. They will murder so many of them. And you see, this time around, it will never work. It will never work. They will murder, sacrifice so many of their own party members. Half of them, they are vampires. Just look at how they sacrificed that Adams in the Upper East NPP regional chairman. Look at the way they murdered this man. They poured acid over him just just to get Afoko out. It was a stage thing that they did so that they would blame it on Afoko's family. They wanted Afoko out because Afoko was the party chairman and they didn't want him to be in the party. So they have to do that. So when they did that, then they blame it on Afoko's brother. That it was Afoko, his junior brother did that. You see, that was an intentional thing. It was an intentional thing that they did. So they sacrificed this man and he died like that. Look at that MP. Oh, BB Dangwa. JB Dangwa. Look at the way he died. They went to his house, murdered him. Just like that. Murdered, killed him. Until date, this man has not received justice. And the guy that they contracted accused the same NPP guys that the NPP guys contacted him to go and kill the member of parliament. And have they identified those that killed the Infantiman MP? The Infantiman MP was an NPP MP. They murdered him. So who sponsored that assassin? They just murdered him like that too. Don't go and lose God, they'll kill you. Franklin Keyabu, I want to say, why? I say he was granted bail, but Okpo and his government are still holding him in jail. And that guy, no, yeah, that guy, no, it's said NPP. You see, in United States here, you see, that's why I like these people, the way they do their research, the way they do their investigation. In America, they will never allow that to go scot-free. You can't just murder people just like that, and then there won't be any trace of evidence. The evidence is just there. It's clear. The evidence is clear. They did that to just tarnish Mahama. When Mahama was the president, they wanted to prove that to Ghanaians that NDC was killing people. Mahama was killing people. They just murdered him. And it was some kind of direction that they gave to them. That you gotta murder your own parliamentarian from your own hometown. From your own hometown, if you can do that, then you're gonna pave way for that. But you see, these people, they have issues too. If you look at the direction of Ghana right now, nobody, you see, you don't need scientists or robot, or you don't need a rocket scientist to tell you that NDC will win 2024 election. It is clear that Ghanaians are suffering. It is clear. So should somebody come out and tell you, no, you see, if you do this, you're gonna win. Like those who are deceiving the NPP guys, that if they perform sacrifice, they will win 2024 election. It's never true. Ghanaians, you see, we have the power in us is the brain. Oh. The power in us is the brain. Ghanaians are suffering. You think Ghanaians are dumb? That I'm suffering and I will still vote for you. We have some dumb people in Ghana, but some are very intelligent. When they vote, they based on, development. They based on, but the current inflation. They vote on progress. They vote on everything. But you, because they are telling you that if you kill this, you do this, you bury this, you win an election, then you go ahead and be killing people. You go ahead and be killing people. So this time around, nothing is going to work that way. Nothing that I see a lot of foolish people on YouTube calling themselves spiritual people. And if you can perform rituals, those people must be arrested though. I see them all the time. And when I see them talking, I become angry. When they take Ghanaians for granted, thinking that Ghanaians are fools, that Mahmoud Bawumia or any person should go and perform a ritual for that person to retain power. But you think that ritual that they will perform will change Ghanaians' mind, and then Ghanaians will go ahead and still vote for Mahmoud Bawumia even though they are suffering. It is never true. Never true. Right now, if you are looking at it, Mahmoud Bawumia is going to lose Poto. I'm telling you. You mark it on the wall. He's going to lose Poto. 2020, when we told you, 2020, he was supposed to lose the election. But because he used weapons to shoot, look at the way he prevented people from voting in the voter region. Hawaii constituency, they didn't vote. Half of the population voted, half didn't vote. Half when the presidential, they allowed them to vote. But with the parliamentarian, they didn't allow them to vote. That was intentional. It was intentional that they did. This time around, they say this will not happen again. No. We have to tell them something of this won't happen. So if you're a politician and a foolish person, a dumb-ass person, a poverty-stricken person calling himself man of God or a spiritualist, telling you to go and murder people in the name of retaining an election, it will never work out. The stupid politicians must know. You see, the evidence is clear. NPP will lose 2024 election. Whether they like it or not, nothing that they can do for them to win the election. Whether they like it or not, they're gonna lose. So any stupid spiritualist or a pastor or a malam, like in 2020, they brought one guy, and he's calling himself a malam, always calculating. And this and in the astronomical numbers, this plus this, and if they vote on this date, it's never true. You see, all those things are never true. Please, it is never and never and never and never and ever true. You see, we are voting. We all have energies and spirit in us. I'm going to vote. I'm voting based on the standard of living of Ghanaians. I look at my standard of living. If I'm suffering, I'm going to vote against you. Only fools will not change their mind. But those who are sensible will vote based on their standard of living. You are suffering and you're still voting for suffering. We're going to change. There's no change. It's constant. Change is constant. So when it comes and you feel like you are not being treated fairly, you go to my constituency, people suffering, you will still vote against you. Nothing, no amount of sacrifice. Nobody can sacrifice anything to change my mind. I can dare any spiritualist, any fucking person calling himself man of God. You cannot kill anything to change my mind. My mind is my mind, though. My mind is my mind. I will not allow anything. No spirit can have influence on my mind. The brain itself is very powerful. The brain is God in us. The brain in us is God. So if they tell you to go and kill a human being, go and bury a cow alive, go and bury this alive, they are deceiving you. The brain is the most powerful thing in us. You can never bury anything to change my mind. I want somebody to try that. That you can bury these animals alive and that thing will come and influence my brain. To change my brain, it will never happen. It will never and never and never and never and ever happen. I am telling you. You can never do that to change my brain. My mind is my own mind, though. It will be yours. And so those who are sacrificing and be killing innocent people, no, they must stop. These foolish spiritualists and pastors, especially the pastors, and they are doing that. They're all court pastors, no. And baby, this is if you don't kill, you not win the election. Then you go and kill innocent people. Please stay away from them. And my politician can't say when Kumunipa won't me win the election moboa. And my politician now. And my politician can't just one see a boa and Nimonoswa won't me win Kukumo kra and see a Nimonoso or boa. I've been a day to me very powerful. And it's a nipa ulusu wabine. Now Jimmy one no be a slivuno. You be a get to me. O be a new year, so be see be an amono bit madana mabine. Oba pie me trim. And I don't sabet change. Ube me mabina and assassin. Untimin dane mabine, I've done ya media. Mina my see me bo pine. And my see me trim and as me losing a mesia canumpo. Mina my decided. Messi won't mean than I'm having. Oba could see be alive and I'm having a better. And it will never happen. The mamma who cry now influence me. My mamma who cry when I influence him. Won't me influence me. And then that's fact. And Timonia very careful, Mamma who bang. Everything was your fool. No more bonning one yedi. aduru election year akunkumakunkumo asiesie yensie nipa yemfa womra ko sacrifice yensie wesei ne yesei munya very careful pa obi ama ne ho ban simple ena sankwasiafo na yasoro na omu claim se omu ye special people ha omu de omu hunu niam omu ma nkrofo sacrifice no omu bo omu fam nkwata asem ko mihu omu de bia wo YouTube mihu omu de bia wo YouTube na omoka say ewo sunsun wiase no we na dikan wo checking in the spiritual we na dikan it is never true nothing like a spiritual ya to aba o say ya be to aba ya ka say ya boba aba na wie ohunhumu asofo nkwasiafo no na akufo ade na awini omoboa omode sa ayi ni nyina de be influence ni pa abina nti o kan na wa beto otim zampa ya to aba na wie ohunhumu na wo ya wini nti ene ma mento mane ye nto ba bia honhum bia no ha wafa abato ho honhum bia mfa ba bia to bia ho bia munja jim no ya ko to ya na kwasa live ho ya to ba honhum ada na ne mfa ayi nipa na we ne mfa ngoma no na nipa san kwasa live muntie ya to aba honhum awie ayese nipa na de kan awie ne awie nta de ntina ya to aba honhum no yamfa aba ne mfa ma nipa ne se we na awie ne na still ya san ko to aba eme ya twituo boni patuo 2020 ebe to aba na owusu bempa be kan se ya to aba wie ama akufo ada wie ne ada na omukoko wesi omutan kokko san kokko sala akoto aba ma akufo adu kum nipa bo nipa 82 nipa 10 okun omo prepare bebre ya to aba wie wo honhum na obi awie ni ha ya san ko sala ani yantama ba na fa koma nipa no into omo kikan san se me de dada nipa adwene yento ba bia honhum bia ba bia honhum bia ni ba bia de to aba meka chi mu plain eye nipa na koto aba presidency eye nipa nipa na ekwasa lai na wodu kokurumoti akoto aba na wachu su dia wo think say obetima lidie be esan say ye pese daada mo nti iya baba influence aka kire say sunsun mu no we na lead te sia no de in the spiritual no wo check ya nipa we na dikan oboa they align omoboa they align America ombeto aba yobo pa yi omopulso aya de ba we na lead nipa na tenase eno some kind of research bi ayeye aya kwate say survey bi frefre bisa question bia nipa 10,000 na bi so mo say obeto aba ama hwan na we can say meto ama we nti out of 10,000 no ma calculate percentage no bia Republican for nipa 10,000 ayeye survey across the entire nation no emu 52% say omoto ama Trump and 48 say omoto ama Joe Biden no maka say 2024 election no Trump be win ka na ye no wa ba mo so moto na sunsun bi asem du sunsun ehuna nipa mo du sunsun ene ya to awie yakopon atu sunsun ena me bowura sunsun bi ase no mahama so fundaka ena okita bini ena oboa obo dane ma adwene o kasa a kire mu a na wo no a wo no wudi achi no na wadwen ya wo say ene yesunsum de ene onna nyame atwu yakopon twusu obi ama ne medi president mo president na wudi ni we tusu na wudi no it has nothing to do with yakopon yakopon bia ma obi pass obi nkonkosa ayi o say is only in our beloved country that those out of the world things happen no we just believe everything look like line and sinker yes yankofon de o ma jimi these are joys for my wo ho to say emechiao na ka emi da meche emechiao until na hope say ho ye ba jo skiti say me samu akon ho to say emechiao na chachi mu nyina happy busa lily ho to say kofi charger ho to say mechiamo barikisu Franklin mechachi mu nyina Jasi Daniel mechachi amo bisa kofi ajema ho to say mechachi mu nyina nti omo de na dada nipa o misa ya freeze to say omo de na dada nipa so de be ya uba ko to aba bigo complete deception nothing like spiritual word obi to aba wa tie nothing like sunsun wi ase aboba aba wie ya aboba aba wie o sunsun wi ase ada na ene omo ngongo to aba no omo nja aba to ne mfa mani pa horo no it does not happen that way ye kwasa la ni da bible obi tim ya wo obi sikan ya bo obi tuo ballot box ni ya shibi ni ya twaja to dan mu ni ya bonkrofo tuo ni bi wu ho o se ya to awie dada Same huna kwa near the Jimmy pa. Africa nkwa na yebeto aba sunsun pasasam sa sunsun nkwa e de Jimmy pa. Ye ma nipa nyusu na adwunu. Ya nya obi o yare. Agwa bi na wawu no sofo bi na odi mi rafi ni di odifo kwabna tewia. Yarefo si a ono to wa patasi wie ni no abeka no an abana de aboba wie. Akufo de na wi ni e bo sunsun wi ase ne me ma kyekyere ba bia makọ beni a kyekyere wo betima ba mimi kuro aba kyekyere obi wo kwamna tawia ono so aba mimi kuro aba kyekyere tumi wo ho wo yare wa ba mimi kuro aba kyekyere tumi wo ho wakọ beni wakọ India wakọ hen ayi na awini akufo ada awini oto nyina so no wo 2020 na omoto aba na ma huna patasi bi obawe ya obakeka nkwasa asem tam na tani ni wo hen tani mahama no ya to aba na wie sunsun wi ase no wo nka ho moja wonsa wo walusu na akwa we de yare akeka nkwasa asem ahunu wo bi owu ye ahunu wo bi owu ye na mo nhwe amamere bi ese omo perform omunim kwan ya fa so perform amamere kura ho okum aboa na o hye abo na anim no so aden a omo kosu omatamfo yiya so enti omo we mu na sadase mo mu sie nipa no ti imagine say sa akoya o kata nso ahantan the whole Ghana wa bin che obia ono wa wu akoba mi ensia onsenso na wa bin ono de oye nwuma tumi ekita no wa bin na nti we mu na sadase mi esie nipa anim no so no we mo ena o sadase ni esie mo anim no so ni akokum pemfo kwase bi say o ta mo bi say o mu nim sunsun ade bia so na do dwanko a mo dwomanum o mu nim hute na mkam kire timi o pe victory nipa kumwom o pe victory nipa wukunu so wukunu sa ayede o pe victory enka akufo ado e pe victory ade ama 2024 enka obedi president ndi na sanko ye anya na kure sincerity development nipa bi oboko ni bia nanka wache na tum nipa bi owi ade bia wache na tum wasaki bi mo wayi bi mo di ye bana ye dragi bi mo court waji bi mo property who create development equally o kasa mu hwa o kasa yie on support trouble eni nkwasi asem onya ethnic ezekra ethnocentrism onya tribal bigot ade esen ka we no o yes am ba 2024 election enka be good victory di amount but on kwasi asem ni ensem huna omo party edinti election be na omba wini nti eduru wa ase yankokum nipa yankoye wei yansie wei ni ekum innocent people why ya de be pa wa dwuma na be ma wa wi ni election enye nipa kum enye yan sacrifice nti hwan na edisifu Mahmoud Bawumia so omokoya sacrifice oba wi ni election me se ba na on se o ma consulting kwasiafo mutu bini kure ntim papa moa na e ka tira mo se monyere mu hunkum nipa na yo mu di bone kwasasem ko a me so pesa wi ni election ade ya sa oye ene de ma kire no oye president o pesa wi ni ya ade etene onkrofo ebokro no wache wo matum kro mu anya sa no mo ye wo de wo no aba bonten wo support sisi abnada pa no support we no kanzem hunu na o disrespect nipa na o de nsa benkum che nipa so atoyire nchemasi wansi ho na office election be na o ba wi ni office nipa jimi momo say de o musu dwere se Ghana fo ajim na o mo ka say break the 8 no agro o mani so Mahmoud Bawumia woni wa kufu ado no mo mfanto mutim say sadia musi hu se Ghana fo ajimi yenim nyansa we break the 8 ya mo ko wi apatasi ekwo wi sika ma mo hoto mo a na mo keka nkwase asem no mo nyimfiri mutim o na mo njimi nipa bia mo nka kire o mo wi apatasi buru atanta dama ye break 8 no ombe break billions mo ka tira Mahmoud Bawumia na nkrofo se ombe break billions ombe break mo fo se bo ni mo nyanza acha obi hwa wo ho ato abedi present ama wo ho ato benefit bi e wo wiase bia mo gibi nti wa adwenya wo se Ghana fo mere na wa adwene dey tinu ka se ye tifi na gu ye adwene mo wo ka se ye moba ene asosa gu ye trimu ntino kan kwatasem bia na mafa mo ho adi na mo cha kire o papa ni amesi mo ho ban free san kwase 2024 election ema kwase bia nku ntontwene o ema obia nku ntontwene ema kwase bia nku ntontwene na mkam kire o o de mo na mo didi do magina nse o masatenya accident o mu party we dey sa na omote o nipa kum ko a yeso mo hwie moja tugu na omo dede awudifo achi o bedi aba mo hwe amamuo fon park o ya abebu na wudi bone de bedi akundwa a wetima bu mama na yeyie wudi nkwasiafo achi na nkwasiafo na ma advice koye we sei na sunsun mu no ya to awie ya boba awie o na awi ni e hwie nye ye oboboa omo sunsun bia ni ba bia obi akoto aba wo sunsun bia ni ho ya to aba ho ti omo ja jim no eyeyan na ye koto aba ko salad e ko tsusu ni pa e so be president e dia na mo sacrifice na obi ewu wo dia me se unua eye police ni no ye soldier ni a wo dia man kan kire na ma unua no enko disa ankrofo achi ni enkunu ntontwene o de man kan kire so omo no ho ban o be kunu omo de omo mfa omo ma emfa sacrifice o omo ma ntnase na yo mfa yiwe sika mfa omo ma na omo ma nso umedi yenso in the next 40 years na next 30 years 40 years de omo no ye be in next 20 30 years omo no ye be pre papa sankwasi afui because ye be match mo boot for boot na edu ko ye be pam mo agunwuram sadi agana fo mrante ebu ma sia ya successful wo kuro we mu no omo retane back ya sankwasi afui omo asefo nyina be tonwuram na mkam kirewo me say akufu ado wode ne papa be yese ne papa be yese o papa tu kwan ase tu kwan o papa be ko school abroji yese be ko school abroji akufu ado o be ko school abroji yese yenso ko school abroji enti sade amode sa ade ne ba Ghana be daada yen se mo betima ye leaders ya yen to aba mam no yenso be ba ye ne mabusuafo de be fe so simple as abc na kam kire Ghana fo be bre ya yeso successful wo kuro we mu me Ghana kwa kire mu plane Ghana fo be bre highly successful they will return back here yeah ma kwan ma san kwase afo yi en control ye biu o mo control ye biu na me papa na ye sei na papa na ye sei na papa na ye sei ne betwam nto ahun se o mo sacrifice no o mo sacrifice o bo fiefu o ye sacrifice wo ne yes kun nti men ja ahuma sa en ja ahuma ye kun ye nto wo so safata wo so ye nipa wo so na to na wo so ya president ya wo nken fata o akufado no we nipa chen Mahmoud ba moye nipa chen wana adent na one day was qualify for bibia wo dia won qualify for bibia na wo ye security na yakun security man na wo nkwase awuo security wo dia gu nkwase awuo wonso ye nipa wo wonso hia benefit ni bi wonso fie benya sika wonso esafata wo wonso be yesikani a wonso so yesa efata wo se wonso be yesikani emo obi sacrifice o me catch you playing because ankwase phone no agudifo nkwa no mudi o machi enkrofo ayekum nipa yemfa nipa eho nche no wodi agoro be sacrifice no yekum me se ba ho ban e makwasie bia mekun ono bekun edu moja ebedi panyini ne wadi wo so na wo bo nipa 82 kun wo no na wo wamamu akoso yie ahunse ya bo bibia pete wani wamamu anwen nense wo ya hwie nya yie bi ko kum nipa na wo kun na wo mata nipa kum ka sa de ketwa obi sasan na ya soja fo kura omudi tuo hye yansa ye kwa Afghanistan se yakoko ntakwa ayekum nkrofo ye ba ha na ebi abodam asoja fo no ga wa kwa menim no ye din kwa Afghanistan menene pa menene nya na ye adwuma yade ye be pon no masa na nan ahonte se elephant mi buronyini anan ahonte se elephantiasis soja ni yu na wontimi nya hweda no nyina soso nsuo mo hunu ba ku bi ono so ye de ne ko ba ye okokum nipa ono ana ka kire yen se na omo under attack no chitu nkrofo sasa na be dinachi na obokum nipa fa hu adisa twa obi fie wo ho ye nkum nipa wo ho nipa bi fie ye nkum nipa agokum nipa wa mamu ba nwene nense wasefo sadia na musu dwama no se ye fie no wo fie no e baba be disgrace for the rest of that kingdom come obi amedi akundwa biom na mkam kire wo simple as abc nti wo de onya akwanya na wo be ye panyina kokunkum nipa na kwhye nkrofo abusu ase wona wukita tumi a wutim kum nipa wo hye nkrofo ase wo de ye bo pa na wakodi ewu na wodi nsamone mesemo nya very careful election year we say enkoja wo homa obi nkun enkoja wo homa kwase bi nkun me ka kire wo nso ye nipa wo nso wo sefata se Mahmoud ba mo sefata wo nso sefata onye nipa nchen ho ye nyina ye nipa nti makwase bi nkan nchen so wo special na ni ntino take advantage of you na omu sacrifice no yekun wo nso ye nipa enjaja wo ho me ka kire wo plain me ka kire wo sadia omu si eye blood thirsty people tumindie ɛwɔ mafa ne enkoaye hye nipa so ye nipa basabasa no wo de agyaagya ho besi protection na bu ye de nature na protect ye ho ye de nature ono wo so opetumi ni ama na akwankyere nkwasiafo na ya nkɔ ba bia tumi won susu ba bia tumi ankasa wo no enya ho ne yekɔ nkwasiafo ewudifo a yedi nkwasiaso machi bibi mu ye okɔtofo emrofo semhunu a wo mu di akire ni amom direction kosie pemfo kɔkye pemfo na sie no kɔkye emum na sie no kɔkye firi na sie no muntwitwa nipa na mfa na party ma na nya de mfa mamo kwatesem se yawo ne ekum nipa obi timi twitwa nipa gu fridge mu ne ebisa ne se na wabɔ ni mpanyimfo se o mo na sponsor no na o ma kana no to kono tum krate kono tum ne nya kobra ye na se prison no didi no wa ne mfunu nyina ahoho mo mpanyimfo no bɔne o mu di no yaso to amamara to twene a awudisem na ebeba yen so on se yayera nti kwasia bi esa jate se kokum nipa uhu se etia nature kokum nipa kwana kwasie nantwie omutimi ma obi tue nantwie 30 ko nantwie ne gu ka mu ne etu amara kase ne do magum se yesie nantwie ne pro no sala nipa beto abane ya kan kwata sem se yawo na nipa di akire kwasiafo o mesi me hu omde bia ana mbuafu ana sunsun wiase ya boba ba wie wadi ka wie ne woboa ye nto ba bia o sunsun wiase sunsun bia ne ba bia o twuso obi so obi ndi obi so ye nipa sunsun no ye nipa ne ekotwuso aba sunsun tumi ntwuso aba mfam en twuso bi mfam ayen ye nipa ne ekotwuso ye ne ye di ye tribom ne ye twuso se ye ekotwuso aba ye koto aba ma obi ntine ye koto aba sunsun nto aba sunsun bia ne ba bia o to aba ma obi ha ye nipa na ekoto aba population na register for yet me ba cho ye to aba se nipa ay 50 million and register to aba aba ne aba nipa 40 million ato aba se sunsun to aba ada na nke yenwia abato no na nke ya nya 15 ya nya 80 million ato aba ma one candidate yanka se o ma wi abam number na register no the same number na ye expect. And this is a constituency buho. Na se nipa 50,000 register se to aba. Na se baba na se nipa 60,000. Ye se wi abam. To bi ka just ya sunsum na be to aba na sunsum na to aba mo to wo boa. Munja jim no san kwasiafo no mo nsia propro. Ehiafo bi sa. Obekọ no hia kro no ne azanko an yebo. San kwasiafo no. Omo nsia propro mo nsia gu omonum apro awudifo mo masifo nyina ya hiafo. Ye twantro ntro akasia kokukodi ehuma bia gidie ye hwe moja ngu ase moja mbamu a oboa emoja bia na bia hwe gu obi wini elese me ka temo plane na me ka na kwa akira mo enti mo obi na ho tinsuo e me ka tell say sunsun wiase wa hu so obi sufundaka obi subini na obi yese oboa nipa ne ye nkontompo ya za onum sunsun bia oba bia nipa ne boa me ka temo plane me ka temo plane se sunsun bi fripum na beto aba sunsun bi firi asase ase sunsun bi firi wiem sunsun bi firi bosomi mu sunsun bi firi duam na beto aba nka mse ya to aba wie a nka population nipa 20,000 pena 20 million na register ya nka be wie na nka nipa 100 million ato aba sunsun bi am to aba o eye wogu nipa na akoto aba sunsun bi enu ha oto aba me ka twem plane sunsun nto aba ndi ma kwasiafo o monsia propro nkontena social media internet tun tumfutro ngu nipa ni ema kwasia bia nkontena so dan mu se ya to aba wie sunsun bia se ma na medada o ene ye di brim nipa ni so no na wo hwe nipa bia ono yare wo ntimi sa no ho yare na ono no twa ntro sa kwa bana tawia no me se na meti America na sa kwa yi mahama kum nipa o moja won de bia nkwasasem se ya de bia nkwasasem ono obewu no ohu no akwasa no wuo anga dora mo se obenyi ache oso obenyi ache pa waya sacrifice nkwasiade esiemwa animu no so omoto aba 2020 no wie na nkwasemba na wa meka ni audio kwabena tewia audio ba bontan odi atem na wa bro ana fa manyina mo he ya cha ba wie tani mahama no he tani mahama wo moja won satani na hukum nipa tani wo ya to ba wie kanetem tani ni wa he mahama wo matitire wo se ya kwasem se ya o sagwa no anya na wa wu no wa jafam ena akoya no wa kiusu mahama yi ese mahama ono so aba se oni akufo ade nikum nipa owusi bemba ente masa ankrofo yi emfa za emfa na nyame na me ne nyame na yina abofo bi ani wa oyi obi be kire se eye leader ye nipa na yeto aba o ton nipa na chusu nipa na propose na nipa chusu nipa na decide simple as ABC ni the influence ni ya bomb pa 2020 31st December 2020 election no about ntokwa besi bibia nsimu ja jimi no o ye president ye kata ato ne tim no abo asojafo pa na ye bo nipa tuo monkom nipa omoboa ye nto aba bia wo sunsun bia mu ema obi nwini nti obi ba na wase spiritual we na ba wi nipa no oboa Ghana fo nya jimifo tumi eti mu no ya adwene no mi patwo wajimi na wajimi uni munyansa wo ho kirewa uni ba bia boto wa ba afa wo ho kirew unya adwuma anye wa wie tuku utifie wa apply bibia nu ho wo save bank ya jo pension sika ya jo aden kwa desen sika we kwa desen ya jo investment sika obeta akoto aba makufu ado wo bond wo bank yakufu ado agi sika obeto aba ma akufu ado bio wo invest ya di yansa to sika so obeto aba ma akufu ado na tia adia ko yenko si aboa misa nitim da se wa chem stars ya adia yenko si aboa ni mu no so na aboa ne mpro na moja mra ne mu na wonnoro srade aboa na be doro srade na demo a wodoro srade no na honhom beto aba wo moboa honhom bia nto aba honhom bia me se 2008 na me supervisor na omoto aba no yeko me se ko bi dia ba bomitin wa kufu ado we hunti me support akufu ado na me supervisor voting ina chinje bi ba ya NDC fo na NPP fo na me ko kasa obi fa aba nko bomitin me wu yanka magu ya to aba no sunsun bia magina nko to aba wo eye nipa ye no mu nipa minimo mo mikurom na obi asala obi ato aba ye nhunu se obi firi ba bia oya obi kitas anim face bi na abegina ha ye so we honhom a woto aba na wo to aba na se strange face bi abegina ho na o se oto aba me ba cho sa strange face no mo nka se sa nipa no eye pet ni bi na dina ba so meto aba na enwi abam mo sa nipa no te sunsun be na beto aba sunsun bia nto aba o ton enti makwase bi nka nkyira se o ye spiritual person wa ba wura sunsun mu wa hu obi kita buta obi kita fundaka obi so anwansana obi kita fruit obi kita watermelon obi kita anka oboa oton oboa to wakasa a kire wode a de osu fundaka no kire se one de okita bronsam ena de osu ayi okita vegetables no any fruit no ekita nyankopon omoboa omo yaza me bie wa ni me se sunsun bia ni ba bia oto aba wo honhumu don't be surprised. A huge percentage of your people are ignorant and brainwashed, so they will go and vote for the thief and his party. Mr. Jimmy, omo from sun for no. Omo Jimmy sano. Enti ya na omo deceive. Na ma adwen ya wo se ampa sun bi ato aba wie. Enti amame choto mane. Say sun bi asene se mahama no moja won nsa de a. Ma me nto aba enti na obi enti akufo ada moja ne nsa no. Sema hunu na mamuo akufu ado ya se mahama nie akufu ado nie ena mo enkrofo bi ba bonte be ka kire mo se omo ya spiritual people na omo bowura sunsumu ye bowura sunsumu no ya hu se mahama moja won nsa a mahama ne kun atames ndi mahama kum nipa ena akufu ado de onkum nipa da one de ne hote pa enti obi a ne hote no one ne betima buga na ma Ghana tumpon ye mahama de no me aka asase no ena moto aba ema omo na moto aba ti amahama ena nipa moja ne nsa no ebedi present mbaja oma no asesa oma no tesen enyo na be obasenke Ghana waba reverse Ghana the next person be take 30 years ansa na Ghana tima reverse economically ya ka kire ma ya monte na yesi economically the way we see as Ghana no ye economy no ebe reverse ebe take so many years Baby nipa na mo se nyame na achusu no okita fruit ewo spiritual realm no baby ode Ghana duru no ne nya nkwasiefo akoromfo ne tete social media te internet so ne zan nipa ne tu futuro gu nipa ni sankrofo ya so ne ma politicians is dibone di ewu ne kum nkrofo matugu majimi ha sunsun ben no se ye to aba ode no be wura abatuom a won na davete na sunsum ni aboba na wie hwe sunsum no sunsum bia na ba bia eye mo san kwasefo ya mo ba abontena na mo de ma no to mu no a mo sada e ka di convince nipa no eye mo ya to aba o sunsum awia ya to aba o sunsum awia ya san ko wesi eye campaign e san ye e ko salai ko gina wiem e bo baba ya to aba wie ntem mfa ma nipa kro na awon se ma jimi o mo di we nyina da ye ne nipa di agire no mo mbedi bone na edi bone wode mo se ma monya careful ada za party na efe no MPP ndo monya papa o monya very careful misu nua bi guard NPP ni you gotta be very careful omo twa na epe obi akuna na o ma result to wo wona ho da ho no we ni den no ho da ho we kuna yebetima wini omuntimi wini ombo ye kwoto aba ye tuo na bebo nipa tuo yasam bo nipa tuo ni akuna to agu juma omudi ano no to hu sa ibeboa and the battle is the Lord no mo da nipa the battle is the Lord oboa onim Lord bia ba bia Lord bia ni hu a ode no hu wura batum Lord bia ni ba bia oto aba Lord bia ni hu a ochusu wudi ni nso medi o man bia so agufo ade bone be na woni ye krono ben awudio be na wonye ye nso omo se nyankopon na chusu no na me chusu no man panyini his excellency man panyini akufo ado na man panyini ye boy abaso na den ba jo edebe na ekwoso Ghana enya ho che na mutim mo hwa ho kire bafu anipatim den tese mo tse nyankopon na chusu no ye beto ba na nyankopon Africa fo nkwa na nyankopon di Africa fo che de bia nyankopon interfere in everything ade ya emfa nyame ho nyankopon de ho abehiem Majimi sana mfiri hin ya bia na ejimi me so omoboa sunsun bia nto aba ba bia obi abaka bia o yazan sunsun to aba monkoto na mama sunsun nke de ayi ballot box ni su ha na ayi polling station agent for it ho ye mani pada sanin fan nsamo ne ye sunsun aba to aba ho oba mon try the whole Ghana sam sunsun na ye to aba sunsun ni aboba wie ntide na ye to aba no ye mani pada sanin fan nsamto ne ma sunsun ento ma ye hwade se sunsun bi ede ne nsaba kosi bibi so ha koto aba ye wie na bi hwe obi ene wanya bibia ya se obi ene oto aba no nti zero na mbenya because sunsun nto aba the problem is our court. Even if Mahamas use the defamation, he will lose. My boy within my friends, look at some. I mean, the whole Barry. No, Jimmy. My bum, didn't know after war, and now on any day, what as a man, what as Ghana. Time I'm not who Barry, no. Who said that, dear? Or no? No, or day in yom. Disifu nipa ma ba wudi na ma fe se nyagopon ebo akufo adudi na ode friend no so medi present na nipa we to nyoma nipa di akire e dada nipa ene one na ayi gotes wo Ghana oba wo se Ghana ni bia ho nkire no sa maame no ne hu den menim so otu ayi free kick wo poso kura mentimi nkire sa maame no aso otu ayi obo ayi te otwa tenny kick e wo wiem wasansana ese Barry na we atonyom maba odi na mafrawa bebe nya gogodro ehwe benkom ne nifa onu ana maf oboa ene onu edida aye man contract ya oyi gotes na nipa oyi eyi gotes ya mbacho o ma obetima tumpon to betena ha na onu kan nipa bia beka se Ghana ye de ni bia uye kwahwini sa nipa no na oboa Ghana bia anya nya den Ghana ye de na wona wo ye disika ma say eyi gota na ma disika mba cho anya sa na beka sa nipa tuo na nipa dinachi no mo da aba na de sunsun mo no onu sunsun be na oni me challenge sa nkwase fo mo mechire sunsun kro sunsun ben ana sunsun mo ne wie no ma hama na de onu de obisi aba ne ma hama forever ya say your sunsun ya chire no forever be musuro obi ya aba na forever ne yakoto aba na musan suro ha majimi o rade sa sunsun ayi no mu di Jimmy nipa rough and who say I iron rod Ozu said God is angry with Akufo-Addo, so I was wondering why God say sa umunyame ne de so Jimmy for nyame a wo say Akufo-Addo ye odoba dana samwa na ne ho te say iron rod to nwom say Yakopon bo Akufo-Addo din wabo Akufo-Addo din na afre no the same Yankopon say, I'm very angry at you. Nyamina who is a coup for the Woodini. Nyamina who is a coup for the Bessa Ghana. Nyamina who is a coup for the Omeyafi. And all castle on our friend or they a you could do any orange, any anka, a bofre, and the man is own guitar, and all did ye fisher Mahamansem. Me, ni anyinkwasi ya fo wudi fo a yennim de suku kura yanko bi yentim ntenke we mu na edisa de magana fo bonse ato aba wie ya akufo ayi owusi bempa we se onom ne di akufo de besi akundwa so gaja gopo na hwe nipa bi ono so na wutim de obi si akundwa so a ada na ya chi wutum wutimi de obi si akundwa so gan na akundwa wo na wotam no de ne kokosi so na hwe nipa bi a wo kan kwatasam wo wotumi atimi tam obi kosu akundwa so to mu din kwa asem ni bia na nipa no be present ya na ye expect enwuma ye expect appointment ye expect favor sa akufa de be na de a police for na soldier for bo usu be mpa ho ban because o din trogu mahama so nto mu suru se obi be kuno anase obi be di ne bone afia ono be ansa akufa do sa ye di kum tu nipa so enye de akufa do ahun se wona na opusi wo usu be mpa so o meka se oni ne kum mahama and now nra mi hu 2 days kwaku anyido ho no mo NDC for no musuro sa jimi for na ta kwaku anyido ho jimi no NDC for na atamese abusuan for no na me di wo mo ho yawo mu ntimi nko bo sa akwa no kwaku anyido ho no kwaku anyido ho aye nkwasase bi na akogina ho no wo kacha akufu ado no ai na ya pese mahama no ye autopsy ayi atamese funu no ya tuna ya no autopsy ni ehu de kun no efra ku fada ada ma pase ma kire ense dada ni na no nte ya nya autopsy ya no autopsy anya man ka tafuna na monya akufado wo autopsy sadia wo ye ma Rollins wu ya Rollins ayi wo ye ne basa no sa so na atamase wu ya sie no wo se akotuni funu na busu afọte kwa kwa nyi do ho ndi abone pa every year bia beto aba ni akofa atamase wuo ni de aba na dis nkwasasem se ya wo kwasasem se ya wudini a wukum nipa 8 ya wukum omo no ya bajo hwan ya no autopsy agufado nipa 8 ya bo mutu okum omo no hwan ya akotuni funu aye no autopsy mommuza agufado kwa nyi do ho mo de andizi for de mo so de mo ye cheap people papa mo fa ba bi hwi ni tirim sa akwa we sei aba mo ni tirim ma ngu to ba bi o meto ba nkwatesem se ya o akọ ho na oto ho me hwe se obi kwa de sende me wira fi obi de sende me aya bufu se me kura me hu ye no sanka me atamese firi me fi a kameba kwaku ni do ho ma ba po wo Ghana me do Yankopon sa atamese firi me fi a me do Yankopon kwaku anyi do ho kame no wangu anka mewu me do Yankopon sa kwaku anyi do ho no sa atamese ya me family member pa me do yanka me di sa kwa we se ni wa no me do Yankopon anka papa nse no ma ko ho na akufu ado asha da ka cha ne se omo busuani bi anjina ho kwaku anyi do ho na represent atamese fo abusuafo ene wa ko gina ho se yenkotu furu ne yenko yen autopsy na akufa dinti obetra okire ense atamese wuye no enti yentutu atamese ne kasa ne katrema enko na num atamese wuye no ntebe dinye na ye what is that oh that is this is not happening and then the autopsy that is say ya na say ni pawi me hwe obi de sande me na me hwe kwaku anyi do ho ena elidi atamese fo abusuafo mihu ananka maboka ka na entie hwana de sande mi mpo na yentie nsemhuna na oka edi asem edi basem wo nipa obo mutuo no hwana yakotu no funu aye no autopsy adisade hu nipa de ekum sa nkrofo yebo wankasa bo mutuo no oh hwana de sande mi obi de sande mi o na yesanka me bona mitie pa kwatasam ne do so kura o kwaku ye do na mentapu mpo na mehu na mentapu because manhwa Atames family na mehwa ade enne na kwaku anyi do ho na gina ne mu wo ya Atames fo abusuafo Atames na mehwa ade bibia na abana mehwe ye nie honestly enie
if they hadn't raised the issue of the autopsy report as family, and a very legitimate family. It was something that I have stayed away from for very good reason. Lest I am accused of, entering certain realms. But to answer your question straight away, said there was no autopsy report that anybody saw. Not me. Not that.
Agua, quasi campaign is agua. Sakwe when he ekahuna 2016. Media campaign tia and this is aqua see and it tantanta original kwa nyido ho no 2016 aqua wo ka ho bi o de mon kwa say dem see dinner tam no aqua we say no kwa nyido ho Martin kwa asema wo ka
was presented to anybody officially, and so we've lived with it for 11 years. We've entered the 12th year.
What is being suggested? No autopsy was done.
Now we should meet be anymore. No autopsy was done. And Grafo Akuma Monakufu Adu Wudini. And Grafo Abo to no one Akoyom or autopsy. What Pum Grafo? Fine, why no autopsy? Messimi Atanas, I go come Bonitimu to Nam Kamachos Aquawi. Takwa Kwa Yidu, some Atames, Bushia Nipa, semi free for Abemani Bushiani. Nkobachama mayam. Kwa nyido o sa akwase yampanyini uni adwuma ya jobless man uni adwuma ye efunu wona wonwe efunu adwuma ya de asane ne se wontena ayi atamese efunu hu ndo wona onwe nso nti won fere wo wiase akogina ho atamese yare tie 2006 onya meye president 2006 atamese na mo university campus na oni Spiogabra na contest your campus na Atames baye 2006 say obabe speaki or Atames baye no afon pa no yare the man was very sick yare na yare yo to hwan nim say na Atames yare ala na monka yare kure ekun no asia adaka fo nim Atames no ma have treatment yete Ghana no ma Atamesi enchusu mahama as my running mate enso no yare medimani hunu Atamesi physical meti akundwa so wo animu na Atamesi begina ho na o kasa na papa ne yare enso to Ghana for to ba man be present na wa wu ahwe nipa bia ne titase kwase ampanyina jobless fool like you woni adwumaye akogina hwe kwase sem okeka na hwe nipa ofe ne ho present na wu said ya wo ye miss ayi Rollins funta no mbe ye wufunu wo sa akwa we say said ya na busuafo pese o mo ye ayi o se won tiase na woni na age wo akufo ade sa no mbe ye wufunu wo akufo ado obi azu ntimi nka hwe na mka mkire said ya wo ye yes ama ayi Rollins wu ye na ni na ye basa no the same thing o mo de beje wo akufo ado na mka mkire Abanyana, you mean no autopsy was done?
That is the question. Honestly and frankly, so I've heard in the early days, one of the siblings. And so Kokwanyido doesn't lie. The MP for KE, Samuel Atamios, in one of the various radio interviews, obviously trying to shoot down my importance in the whole scheme of things. My importance in the whole scheme. This guy is very dangerous. Family members now. Moses akwase ye ogina ho isu. Mo family members no. Mo modesha no so be present you. Akufo ado ye hwan. Atamen so be present you. Nti ade ntina mama kwase we tanahye mabusua din sa. Sa akwase ye ne titase ya. Oye jobless individual woni adwuma ye. Ana na mama ne tanahye modesha sa. Ye beto aba ne ye print who killed Maham Atames. Ye beto aba ne ye print who killed JB Dankwa. Wo akufo ado ti akusu so na kum sa JB Dankwa. Wo akufo ado awoti he. Kwasa semse ya o mbeto aba kwasa semse ya o. O mbeto aba kwasa semse ya. Ne ye mani person kwa didi. Not of report. How true, how untrue, I don't know. But otherwise,
how true and how true. How true? We are one. Are you a family member? Do you come from the family? ahu na akogina ho enye family member na akogina nimu an outsider or no or guarding a tomb where is just a watchman. This guy is a watchman. It's in quite sema odi nyina watchman man dey say nsa. You are not part of their family. You are just guarding a tomb. A tomb guarder. And I will request for autopsy. And also to okay, so you mean there was no autopsy? I planted no master. And I call Umukas Ghana for Jim Wahoo. I go for some deceptions and I'm Ghana for take some nonsense no from more quasi part in bio. I go for who need at the Papa Biaka Ghana. So that deception was in the Yenta keep you, I'm coming to. Oh, Kwaku, I do know who your family member. Huh?
Honestly.
Huh? Who your family member? Me some boy in the crab you ever him. Now you're fascinating team was Yasama. That was Yampani Eka. Any baby.
Legitimate family. It was something that I have stayed away from for very good reason.
Any patipa or Catachenipa.
Accused of, entering certain realms.
Certain realms.
But to answer your question straight away, said there was no autopsy.
Entering certain realms. I go your engineer down about Aquaku and you do we. Or more damn. Was he have been accused of entering certain realms? Realms, ben. Muntio, but damn new. Kikan pass as him say. Unyata mess for a bushia for. Why not upon two as a bushia penny? I will fear why. Okikan pass as him. Sako Jinai.
Report that anybody saw. Not me. Not that I know was presented to anybody officially. And so we've lived with it for 11 years. We've entered the 12th year.
What is being suggested? No autopsy was done. There was a report which has not been.
See how Timonja, that would didn't ya or tia of any present team. Now, share as some our catching. What do you mean by do you mean there was no number chia papa would didn't ya who come grofoma by a president? And grofoma bomb, you know, how could you be autopsy? And grofoma na you cuckoo woman, I am autopsy. Ah, I will be autopsy. I won't be a cool woman who come ni pants and I'll be president. I won't say Muna or can say yaw. I have say ya no the baby president no. Until Omaka 2024. Akwa nyi do ho ne die ni mu. Akwa nyi do ho. Oh, wa wi ye nam kwan so ba sa akwa we na e fe no akwa nyi do ho no. Disgraceful man. On na mama hama luzu 2016 sa akwa se we say. Na m kam kire. Enkrofo de ne ho abufuo e na to abati ama hama sa aboye e fe no akwa nyi do ho. How many times na kan Japan bo ni din? Sa akwa nyi do ho. Mo nkwohwe na mo nkọ YouTube na mo nkleke. Time bia kan Japan kokokot na UTV. Ane ayi bia station bia kwakwa nyi do ho ni din da nanum oso ono no be kon tokwa omo aregi ntokwa no omo nko no de tanase mahamadin ahun bro sata bronsam on za kwakwa gina ho ta kwa sie oni adwuma yo ogade funu ogade atamezi funu ene ogade we timi 20 minute atamezi yare ya cancer of the throat ne kunu up to si bembio. Cancer of the Messi 2006. Me hunu matamezo mani kuro no wa yare. Papa no yare pa. Ano wa yare ya. 2006 o cancer or cancer of the throat. Ebu mu kra ki cancer bebre ki cancer bi se se bi otafro obase. Anything onya sa ya de no. Me do Yankopon 2006. No wa point Mahama so be na running mate. Enso no wa yare no cancer of the throat. Cancer kunipa na why you wanim tantan ko gina hama ni onu su wudi na onu su kum nipa no bisa say no autopsy was done. Ana monko hospital as a president muya wo ana monko hospital a okowu ye no enko bisa adekora eku no na hwan kwata sem wo ye omudi nti ye di wo ye o na brim nipa ni so na Ghana for fall for san kwata sem ni ye gini Ghana for kwata sem say ya wo ye busuani we me ne busuani asa akọ enko ba cha ma ya me donyankopon me ya tames busuani asa akọ wo dia me donyame o me nchiri nkwata se me nko ba cha ma nipa yam asieto as doctor the family has issued a disclaimer to the public about those who went to the president. They said they don't know them and nobody's na say planting akufo ado na abokwa ku anyi do ho no pa so won sheda mara ho me yesa na emfa ndi start Ghana fo omu fi ya jimi every year be beto aba president ye wo no kwa na ye mbajo hwan de kum aluma hama hwan de kum no alumama omakotu nu funa kwa no autopsy ehwe de ku no atamesi alumama na onye president o ma vice president ade be ne ku no e be to aba na o me san kwase ne di o mo de convince ni pasa chimisem se ya ene de bia san kwase fo we ma ni paso nkwa de mmoa majim sa na mo firi hin abusia ma mfam si ya wate ade ache ma mfam si ya e be to aso twedi ampon enka mu nyina ho ani mere mesen aba medam nyina ase na medam nyina ase misa nitunakwa. And as I said, Mr. Thank you very much. I said they should go to that interview. The report is there. Yes, imagine throat cancer on the Kum Papa. No, Mr. 2006. Now, Kufuor president. Kufuor na president 2006. At a mess, no ye opposition leader. No one Ekospio Gabra. Ebe contest for my party primaries. No me kai. Oba mi hu me de mani hu no. Mani hu no. Na me kam chiro me si me de mani hu no. O yare mo obi aka mo ka say throat cancer na wanya no obi anim say throat cancer kuni pa usu jino na oba pretend na autopsy mother fa mfa mo jimi pa ba mfa busuan ba na soma no abusuafo abe issue disclaimer say obi anso obi aso wonko akufo ado bia ho akufo ado no ye beto aba awudi sem woni timnti ne ye di kum wudi ni na nsem hunu say ya abusuan mam jam ho ate beto aso bye bye.